been a band for about 6 years. I guess it started when we put out our first record, Way to You Vultures, and we had kind of set out to just not really be too genre specific. We're a rock band, in the sense of the Beatles, we're a rock band, Rolling Stones. Put out a record every year to just document our growth and just really try to progress and find a sound that was fitting. So we went along, put out these records. Fast forward to today, we have an album out on Atlantic Records called In the Mountain in the Cloud. And it was actually probably the most difficult record for us to make. I think people just expect rock bands to go into the studio and have songs for whatever reason. We don't do that. We just go in and we say, let's make an album, let's spend the same amount of time on every song and make it an album. You know, it's not just about records, you know, it's not just about here's the single, let's take our time with that. We want to take our time with every song. So it was just, we had a lot of trouble with it. And I think it took us about 8 months, just stuck on the same 6 songs, not getting anything done. And somehow it came together. And it came together in a really great way. It sounds much better than we expected it to. It took a lot of turns, and there are all these conflicts that actually made it a better album. And it doesn't hurt to have Andy Wallace mixing your record. Andy Wallace mixed Jeff Buckley, Nirvana, Slayer. He's really good. The reason we got signed to Atlantic Records was our 2009 smash hit album, The Satanic Satanist. It might not have been like a worldwide smash, but for us, it was a smash. You know, we had people say on that record it went to radio, and it was like it was a really clean record. It was all these Motown influences, and just how do we write songs within 2:30 to 3:30. I know people hate to hear this stuff because there's no restrictions, you know, there are no boundaries to what you're doing, but we did it for fun. And when we went to Atlantic, we expected they wanted that. And we actually had this really great meeting with Craig Kalman, head of Atlantic Records. He had me come in because we were having so much trouble. It's like 8 months into the record. And he sits me down to talk about songwriting. And I was asking him why Atlantic signed us, what kind of sound they wanted. Because I'm interested in that stuff. That's what Motown was. They were writing songs for people. It's not like, you know, I'm not going to go into that deep. I'm going to stick on the Craig Kalman story, which is, brought me in, we talked about songwriting and just how to make a great record. What are your favorite songs? What are your favorite albums? And we just had this really long meeting. And as I was leaving the meeting, he goes, you know what, just forget about everything I said. Make the record you want to make and take the steps you want to take. And we did that, and the album's much better because of it. We experimented with tones and drum sounds and song structures and just tried to make a really tight record without being, you know, too, I don't know the word I'm looking for right now.
Cookie cutter?
No, we were trying to be cookie cutter.